Hello guys, my name is Michael and welcome to a new GTK Popover tutorial. In the last video we saw how we can create a GTK Popover new for model, and you saw that for this we needed a popover, a G menu pointer and two G menu item pointers as well. And then we were creating a G menu. We put those two items those two items in the menu item 1 and item 2, and then we were inserting them inside the menu. I was using two different functions, wasn't important. And then once that we had it, we basically created the GPopover new from model because we had a model. And once that we had it, we were monitoring the toggle signal where we were calling the toggle callback, and then we start to work with this function. Now in this tutorial I'm going to introduce you another function which is called GTK Popover bin model. This function is a function which returns nothing, void, and takes three arguments, or needs three parameters. The first one is the popover, the second is the G menu model, and the last one is the action name space. The popover model we already know. The action namespace means the namespace for actions in models. Establishes binding between the G popover and the G menu model. In other words, what exactly does this function? As you already notice, makes this connection between these two, different from what the G popover new does, where it makes a connection between the popover itself and the relative to widget. In this one we make a connection between the model and the popover. Okay, so the contents of the popover are removed and then refilled with menu items according to the model. This is very important. When model changes, popover is updated. So calling this function twice on popover with different model will cause the first binding to be replaced with a binding to the new model. If model is set to null, then any proposed binding is undone and all children are removed. If action namespace is not null, then the effect is as if all action mentioned in the model have their name prefixed with the namespaces plus a dot. For example, if the action quit is mentioned and action namespace is app, then the effective action name is app quit. Okay, in other words, I'm going to use null, but you can work with whatever we want to. We are going to talk a little bit later when we are basically working with Gmenu and Gmenu models more in by creating another playlist for it. Okay, so that being said, what do we need now? We need basically two bin model. It is called, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so now we are going to call this function. The first one is the GTK Popover. The second one will be a menu. I'm going to call it 2. So G menu model we need. Okay. Here, which will be called 2, and the last one, which is the action namespace. Like already the description says, you can, if you work something like app, then you have quit app. I'm going to work with null this time. I'm not going to use something. Now we need to create a menu 2. For this, of course, we are going to make a copy of this one. Now we have the menu 2, and we need, of course, let us create two items as well. So it will be called items 3 and items 4. Now let us create the items. The first thing we need to, of course, to create a menu 2 as well. And once that we have it, we need to create those two items, like I said. So I'm going to copy this one right here, and here we have item 3 and item 4. Okay, that was wrong. Now, because we have the menu item 3 and item 4, which we need them, let them give some name. Let's say this is the new model, and here we are going to say something else. Let's say the old one gets removed. Why I'm typing this one? Well, let me append for a second. I'm going to call only this function inside the menu 2, and then we go back. So we have basically items 3 and items 4. Now let's see. If I said the old one gets removed and this is the new model. If we go back here, says the contents of the popover are removed and then refill with menu items according to the model. So basically, in the last video we were creating a menu for model, and this time we are calling the GTK popover bin model just to show you. And once that this function is called, basically it's going to remove the old one. It should print now this is the new model and the old one gets removed. And as you can see, it works fine. This is the new model and the old one gets removed. So basically this is what this function does, and this is how this function works when you need it. And this documentation says, you need to take care about the things here, what you are basically creating or typing, because everything you do here gets removed. So if we now for example, create a new popover where I'm removing everything here, and I'm going to compile it now, but now we have a connection only between the popover and the toggle button, and we call later the GTK bin popover bin model. As you can see, we still have it, which means we have the new one. So it's not important if you create your popover with GTK popover new or with GTK popover new for model, because what it is important, it is that once that you create it, this functions overrides everything and takes care with the new information which you need to apply it. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.